It's been around for like 5 decades. It still seems to capture people's imaginations, doesn't it?
I mean, it's an inherent story, isn't it? From you can't not know what the Passion story is. The story, the last week of Jesus's life. It's
Mm.
sort of it's sort of been drilled into you from being a child. So even if you don't know what's going on stage, you understand the story. But I think what I think is brilliant that Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice did is they bridged the gap between the kind of this story being a non-relatable story and an out there Bible story to like what I just said then, like a relatable story, and it really affects people. Like in the audiences, you can see. I had a message from somebody once, and like they were driving home. This person said, "I'm here with my brother, my mom, and my dad, and we're stunned. We're in silence from what we just watched." And we this never happens. We were always talking in the car afterwards, and they were stunned by what they'd just seen. And I think it just hits home,
Yeah, that can
fundamentally.
happen when you make it current and you make it more real and more relatable. It doesn't seem like such a distant historical thing, and that's why it really, yeah, as you say, smacks home when you see what happens at the end. You're like, wow, that's brutal. And as I say, if it's just something doused in history, you go, oh, that was a long time ago. It's not so bad. But when you see it brought to current times, yeah, it's a very like weird hybrid, isn't it, Ian? That it's not. I mean, doesn't your outfit sort of change as you go through? It starts off very modern, and then slowly you've got like sandals on in the second half, and
Yeah, that's it. It fuses, it fuses between the two, and they have hints at, the old religious element to it. Like the pictures. What's it? The Last Supper pose. We hint at that kind of thing. We hint at what people know, and I think that's what helps sort of make you go, oh, this is a story that's happening. This is a story that's about this guy in this band. Oh, but it is also this story about Jesus Christ still, and that's brilliant. I think another thing that helps with this show is that the songs are just great. They're really amazing songs, and I don't know, for a musical to be around 50 years, for people to not know what Jesus Christ Superstar. I mean, everybody knows that song basically. I think so. So I think people are surprised when they come at how many of the songs they actually know. You know what I mean? When they come and watch it.
I know, particularly for you, Ryan, you're a musician. Do you play any instruments at all, any?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a musician. I play guitar. I've learned guitar over the last couple of years, and in this show I do actually play guitar. This is the first show I've ever done where I'm playing guitar. So that was a really attractive reason why I took this job as well. Was I got to play guitar on stage, and that's an achievement for me. And so I play guitar, but not as well as Mr. O'Donnell there.
I mean, you're getting there. I mean, it took me a long time to get to where I am, but you're flying now.
Have you been able to sort of share any hints with Ian then, Ryan?
Yeah. When I can get some of Ian's time, he's a very busy man playing Jesus. But yeah, when I pop into his dressing room from time to time, or just before we go on, yeah, we share a couple of little hints and tricks.
Pilate isn't always seen as a very sort of in a sympathetic way, is he, by people?
He's not. I mean, and we're very much pushing the bad guy trait here, but with also, I think what Tim Rice has done is suggest that he is trying to coax Jesus out of this and go like, come on, let me help you out here. I don't want to do this. But I think me and Ian had a discussion right back at like day 2 of rehearsals where back in the day that never would have been a real thing. He would have just executed him or crucified him right there and then. But in this version of the story, it is like, yeah, he's trying not to do it. But I'm still a bad guy. I've got the bad guy clothes on and all dressed in black.
What about your guitar? Does that reflect your badness as well?
No, it's a Fender Telecaster, man. I'm as straight as they come, right down the middle.